Welcome to another edition of 49ers Live on this Friday night on Niners Radio 49. Brian Professor B. Davis here at the Satellite Digital Media Studios in San Francisco. Behind me, it is the Professor B's Candlestick Man Cave. This is, of course, that's been my inspiration from my childhood. Niners Radio Live 49. It's a tradition. Candlestick Man Cave, my Candlestick Man Cave, and honor paying homage to the past of the great Candlestick Park where the 49ers played in San Francisco or played there from 19 or from 19, of course, more than a decade ago, 11 years ago, the 49ers played their final season at the Stick. And preceding that, of course, the Niners played at Kezar Stadium, or their original home, right on the border of Golden Gate Park from 1946 through 1970. And then they moved out west in 1971, southeast of San Francisco, to Candlestick Park. They enclosed the stadium where they shared their attendance with the San Francisco Giants, who played at the Stick from 1960 through 1999. Of course, 25 years ago, the Giants completed their final season at Candlestick Park before moving to downtown, down to the south of Market, the China Basin, where they played at Oracle Park beginning in 2000. So we're going to take a look on Niners Radio Live tonight. All the injury reports from Kyle Shanahan, the final updates before Niners taking on the Dallas Cowboys, rivalry renewed, and we're going to start off with that and some other video stuff, and then we will also in our Niners Radio 49 flashback as we are continuing our series of honoring the 40-year or the 30-year anniversary of the 1984 49ers Super Bowl season. This week we took a look back of earlier in the week. We're paying homage to the 40-year anniversary of the 49ers Super Bowl season from 1984 when they went 15-1. And then we do every recap, every week highlight from each of this season. And then we did one from 1989, and then we're doing one from 1994. In addition, when we do these year or recaps of the Super Bowl seasons, we'll also give you a full update of the week, each week of that season scoreboard update as well. It's a great fun exercise. I think it's for everybody, for football fans, Niner fans, to preserve the history of what was going on in the back in during those Super Bowl championship years. So we're going to start it off with Kyle Shanahan's final presser on coming up on for Friday as the Niners getting ready to take on the Dallas Cowboys. Niners coming in at 3-4, a game under 500, and this is a must-win game for the 49ers. And this is a must-win game for San Francisco. Niners and the Cowboys for Sunday Night Football. We're gonna and that's gonna be on NBC. So we're gonna for without just a few moments, of course. Before that, Football Night in America will be preceded. That's gonna be at 4 o'clock. That's on NBC before the game, and we're gonna get ready and then to deliver you the final injury update delivered by Kyle Shanahan as the Niners get ready to play the Dallas Cowboys. We are gonna get that video up in just a few moments. And also tomorrow we're gonna have this big rally, a big rally coming in tomorrow on Niners Radio 49. I'm gonna be out at San Jose on Saturday all day. It's a great event. Antonio Varlo Productions on Saturday, and we yep. So we will definitely that we're gonna so we're just gonna get ready to do Kyle's final injury update, and we'll do some other videos on the tap, and then we'll do Niners flashback 1984, and get you ready. And then so let me just so the fan rally, of course, tomorrow will be presented by Ticketmaster. Ticketmaster, the official ticket provider for the San Francisco 49ers. It will be Antonio Varlo, DJ Lando, Jose Santana, Deuce Eclipse, and DJ J-Mo. This will be at the Guild House Saturday afternoon from 1 to 4 p.m. Come down for the event. If you have a ticket, the admission is free. We don't know who's going to be out there for 49ers Niners alum, so I'm going to do the best I can to, get we don't know who yet, but that's going to be a great event. I'm going to be out there all day tomorrow. It's from 1 to 4 for any of you in the Bay Area or in the San Jose, over down there in San Jose in the South Bay over there. Come on, stop on by. It should be a great, great event. So without further ado, right now we are going to go into Kyle Shanahan's presser from earlier in the day as the 49ers are getting ready to take on the dreadful Dallas Cowboys in this matchup. And we are going to get ready to share you the clip of that. So we're getting ready to share you that clip in a few moment, just a moment. Is so we're getting ready to share you that clip. So here we go. As we're gonna flip it, and we're getting ready to share you that clip right now. Here's Kyle Shanahan in the in.
All right, injuries for the game. Jake Moody will be out. Juwan Jennings will be out. Kevin Givens will be out. Kittle questionable. Odom questionable. Debo questionable. Demo questionable. And that's it. I just have an illness today.
Is Jennings' injury a hip pointer?
No. No.
Considering where Debo was at the start of this week, is a remarkable recovery that he's looking pretty good the last two practices.
Yeah, he's gotten better each day, and hopefully he continues going that way for Sunday.
What is your guys' what do you know about Talanoa Hufanga? Are you guys expecting him?
knowing what the issue is and stuff. But it has gotten better each day, and that's why I'm hoping that continues for Sunday.
You've gone against Zimmer a bunch of times throughout your career. What are some of the characteristics of his defenses?
He's always had a real sound defense. Playing him in Minnesota with that group over the years, playing him when he was in Cincinnati. They've been able to stop the run very well in the past, especially out of two-shell defenses. Their blitz packages on third down are always, they know what they're doing. They know how to get you in protections and stuff, and they usually eliminate big plays. They're hard to get explosives on. He's always been one of the better ones. Man, easy Friday. All right, guys.
All right, that's 49ers head coach Kyle Shanahan talking about the injury report from on Friday. The Juan Jennings will not play on Sunday, and then if Givens is out, Debo Samuel and George Kittle are both going to be listed as questionable. We hope they can get somebody up there playing. So we will continue on Niners Radio 49 as Kyle Shanahan giving his team the final injury update, and we will so just excuse me for that. We're going to just continue on Niners Radio 49 as we'll get some of the players' thoughts as they're getting ready for this game. George Kittle, and it's Williams, Lenore about staying healthy and improving each game. Let's hear their thoughts, though, for pull this up. And thank you, Joe. Just make sure you can please spread the word around as well. And thank you. So we're gonna just we're gonna give you that. Thanks.
Favorite moment of National Tight Ends Day? Ooh, probably the creation of National Tight Ends Day. It was just a fun time with a lot of my friends, and it completely started as a joke, and it's grown into an actual holiday that's on all of your guys' calendars. So don't look, it's there though.
Thank you.
George, what do you make of the Cowboys? They've obviously got a lot of talent, but they've had some pretty bad losses. What do you see when you watch them?
You know what? I have a lot of respect for Mike Zimmer as a defensive coordinator. He's won a lot of games. He's played in a lot of big games. He knows how to scheme up his opponents. I think we might have gotten better than the last couple of times we've gotten with him, but he's won a lot of football games, and his defense has been really good for a reason. And they do have really talented players, and I think their defense is getting used to playing in that scheme because it's a different scheme that they've been playing in. But for every week that you're in, and then you get a bye week where you get a couple extra practices if you take advantage of those, which I'm assuming that they did. I don't know. They're just going to try to get more and more comfortable with that. And, also when you're playing the Detroit Lions, who's probably one of the hottest teams in the NFL, and you're down both your starting ends, starting corner, starting linebacker, you might get taken advantage of a little bit, and I don't know anything about their offense, but, their defense has a lot of good players on it. I'm assuming they're going to have some guys that are going to be back, so they're going to be a good defense again. I know statistically, they're not great in the run game on either side of the ball. So as an offense and as a defense, we have to take advantage of that. But, it's the Niners Cowboys. This isn't going to be, No matter what the stats are, no matter what the standings are, whatever it is, it's going to be a really good football game, and we just have to go out there and execute and play our game, and then try our best to beat the Cowboys.
You had the 41-yarder on Sunday. Are you finding more? Are you and the team, the offense in general, finding more deep ball opportunities this season?
Are we?
I'm asking you.
I mean, you could look that up though, couldn't you?
Yeah, but I'm just saying when you're running the routes, do you?
I'm always open.
Yeah. Okay.
I think there's a lot of times where we try to get those deep balls, and Coach Shannon tries to scheme us up to get those shot plays, and we call a lot of them, and sometimes they don't have the right look for us. This is outrageous, by the way. We try to scheme those up, and they're not always there, and you see a lot of the times too. We do run a lot of those wide and post stuff. They go for 20 plus yards, and there's deep balls off of those, but it's take the ball that that Brock's gonna hit all the time, and I'll take 20 yards any day of the week than trying to throw a go ball sometimes. And so we scheme up all the time, and I was just pumped that we threw one to me and one to Jake, and hopefully we just continue to work on top of that.
George, it's a boom. I need all the advantage.
Well, I know what a boom is. It's just I didn't see you at first, and I was like, holy, Vern, hey man, what's up? Incredible. I'll get your pin for you.
Thank you.
Very distracting.
Thank you.
Oh, goodness.
George, obviously, it could be a very long answer, but
Or short.
You guys are defending NFC champions, and you're 3-4.
Yep.
Why do you think it hasn't clicked yet?
Why hasn't it clicked? I think my number one answer is we're +2 in the turnover category, but we've turned the ball over in all the games that we've lost a lot. I think that's really tough. We didn't score a point in the second half against the Arizona Cardinals, inexcusable. We're on our third kicker, which is kind of wild, but that's not a reason we're losing. I put most of the pressure on our offense. We're a very talented offense. We have a lot of players who've been in the system for a long time, and we have to make it click. And it's not a pressure thing, and we're not I don't feel like we're playing tight at all. It's just some execution stuff, guys learning. And in the Chiefs game, we 2 of our starting wide receivers go down instantly. We rely on a bunch of young guys who haven't gotten any of the reps that of those game day reps. All last week we're preparing with Debo and Ayuk, and then they're just not there. So just the timing and stuff. And I think Ricky and Jake and Chris and Ronnie all had great practices this week, and hopefully we'll have another good one tomorrow. And so they can just get into stride, and Brock feels comfortable throwing them the football, and hopefully that does click. And I'm
Kind of like you just.
That was a long answer. You got me. Shoot.
Kind of a follow-up to that answer. You spoke about, the practice was good for the younger guys. You got some comfortability there, I'm guessing, from this week. But you're out without Ayuk, you're without Jennings, possibly you have Debo and the younger guys. How do you feel going into this one offensively, knowing that, you're kind of in the same situation other than a little bit more time to prepare?
I'm stoked. Are you kidding me? I can't wait. The NFL's a land of opportunity. When you have an opportunity in front of you, if you take advantage of it, that's how you build an NFL career. And Ricky, Ronnie, Jake, Chris, they all have opportunity in front of them. And it's the circumstances are horrible. That's just what the NFL is. Guys get hurt. That's why Brock is in the position he's in. 2 guys got hurt in front of him, and he got to step up, and then we got to see what Brock Purdy is. And I'm not saying that these guys are going to replace Brandon Ayuk by any means, because Brandon's an amazing player, and that's why we paid him the way that we did. But they have an opportunity to go out there and make a name for themselves, and I think they really can, because I think they have the right work ethic, they got the right mindset, and I think they're just stacking days.
Forster was saying that Trent Williams, he thinks good as he ever was, maybe even a little better than last year. Is that what you're seeing?
Ooh.
When you look at film and see what he's doing?
I think whatever Coach Firster said is a better opinion than I will ever have on an offensive lineman. So yes,
But you've always gone out of your way to say that Trent's one of the best football players you've ever seen.
I think Trent on a bad day is still better than 31 other teams' left tackles. So I'm not saying that Trent has bad days, but Trent is still playing at a high level for us, which is awesome. Because we need that.
George, since you've been here, this front office has never shied away from adding pieces at the deadline.
They're not.
What's your confidence level in the group that you have here, and also just what you may have coming back, or do you feel like there is maybe another shot in the
Well, that guy will be back soon, so I'm pretty confident in that. Very happy about that. Dude, relax, man. Chill. From what I understand, I have no idea any of the details, but anytime he's in the backfield, the things that we can do with our offense just changes up a lot, and Kyle can be more creative with some of the things that we do because he can do things that no other running back can do. With that, I'm really excited about that. I think we have a lot of really talented players. We've won a lot of football games with, me and Debo. And then, hey, Jawan's really he's finding his stride. I know he's been hurt a couple times, but Jawan's Jawan, and he's going to come back, really, really aggressive and be a very good player for us. And, we still got juice. You still got, like I said, Ricky and Jake, guys are stepping up. And, when you combine J.P. Mason with Christian McCaffrey, I think it's going to be really fun out there. So stay healthy, get those guys back. And really, I think our offense, once we find our rhythm, our defense is our defense played well enough for us to win on Sunday. Our offense didn't, and we can just keep doing that. And our defense can keep playing like that, and our offense can just score more points, convert on third down. I did.
Will you wear that again and show it off?
You'll find out on Sunday Night Football.
Just asked Forrester whether you look like the same old Trent to him. He says you look as good or maybe even better. Would you have the same review of yourself in terms of this year to last year?
I'm just focused on trying to get better and in the present tense. I let Coach judge kind of the product he see because obviously I rely on him to coach me up and just trying to get better for the try to get some wins.
Last week you said there was a sense of urgency because you guys were 3-3. Obviously, I'm sure that you built on top of that sense of urgency going into this one, right? Or would you say it's about the same?
It's an NFC opponent. We both need wins really, really bad. So, I think so.
Trent, you did not throw the first punch.
No, I didn't.
Is that? Do you look at that and say, "Hey, how come I'm the only guy that's getting flagged?"
Yeah, but it is what it is. I don't want to make comment on official. So, but obviously I had questions about that. Really nice, just from a friend, just to see him overcome what he overcame, and a little less than 2 months. To see him actually get the
Professor B back here here on Niners Radio 49. Would like to apologize for the inconvenience. Or Wi-Fi continues to cut off, and it kept on. We had some technical difficulties. Wi-Fi keep on cutting has cut us off, so we apologize for the inconvenience. We're going to continue on Niners Radio 49. Niners and Cowboys coming up on Sunday. And we're going to, right now, we're going to go on our Niners Radio flashback, take you back to 1994, the 49ers taking on for the regular season as we continue to pay homage of the Super Bowl champion San Francisco 49ers in 1994. This is one of my favorites. We'll show you a clip from that 1994 Super Bowl season. We're gonna take you back to week number 8. We were gonna take you to week number 8. So we're gonna scroll down and take you to that game. To week number 8. So we're now in week 8. Niners taking on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at Candlestick Park, and this is a so we're gonna just show you just a brief clip highlight of that, and then a recap of that game. So we're gonna take a look back at that highlight.
Atlanta, the 49ers returned home and played the role.
And just give us a sec. Just give us a minute. Okay, so in this segment, we're gonna so this segment we're gonna take you back. We're gonna send you to that clip from 1984. This will be week 8. The 49ers taking on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers from Candlestick Park. And we'll just give you just a quick recap what had happened the previous week. The 49ers ended up beating the Falcons by a score. They end up beating the Falcons down at the Georgia Dome in Atlanta by a score of 42-3. And Deion Sanders had that big interception for the soon-to-be NFL Defensive Player of the Year, and took it back for a touchdown. This was his second of 3 he would have returned for touchdowns. So we're going to take a look back at that game from week number 8 and the video from the Niners 1984 Super Bowl highlight film. Up, so this is going to be a clip we're gonna I'm gonna set up, and this was from 1994, week number 8. Niners were coming off that game against the Falcons, and we're gonna
After burning Atlanta, the 49ers returned home and played the role of ungracious hosts to Tampa Bay, rolling up nearly 500 yards in total offense. The Bucks' chief tormentor was Ricky Waters, who cracked the century mark in rushing while chalking up a pair of touchdowns.
Handoff to Waters, breaks outside, he's got the angle, I think, 5, dive, touchdown 49ers.
Running behind an offensive line that was just now beginning to recover from early season injuries, fullbacks William Floyd and Mark Logan added scores of their own, as San Francisco notched the first 34 points of the afternoon and never looked back. With the game and the division lead firmly in hand, the 49ers took the following week off, then jetted east to the nation's capital on Election Eve, where they delivered many happy returns to San Francisco fans.
All right, that was that highlight film, of course, behind that. NFL Films, the legend, the late Harry Callis, calling that, narrating the highlights of the 1994 49ers Super Bowl season. And, of course, the legendary, the great Joe Starkey, longtime play-by-play man for the San Francisco 49ers and the California Golden Bears, most recently retired. So the 49ers taking care of business, a little more than getting their act together after that an ugly embarrassment to the Philadelphia Eagles 3 weeks prior. They bounced back. They beat the Detroit Lions 27-21, and then they annihilated the Falcons down at the Georgia Dome. They go on to win this game 41-16, and so we'll just give you some of the what happened in that game. I'm just gonna pull this up. Just give me one sec. And I'm gonna pull this one out. Over the Tampa Bay Buccaneers as the Niners continue to turn it around. So we will take a look at the stats from this game, and so Steve Young threw for 255 yards. He threw one touchdown, and then Ricky Waters rushed 14 catches for 103 yards, and he had two touchdowns in the contest. Brent Jones, the way for the 49ers, the tight end, he had 5 receptions for 76 yards, and then hold on. I'm gonna bring this thing back up to the screen. Just again, we'd like to apologize for some of our technical difficulties. with our stream set thing, this thing is just kind of, so Eric Rhett was held to just 49 carries for 46 yards. He had one touchdown in the contest. So, as they're getting the Niners season get close to the halfway mark, 49ers with the victory, they improved their record to 6-2, while the Tampa Bay Buccaneers fall to 2-5. And without further ado, we'll take a look back of week number 8 scoreboard around the NFL. It was the Green Bay. It was on a Thursday night on October 20th, 1984. Minnesota Vikings beating the Packers 13-10 in overtime. That was on a Thursday night as Warren Moon threw for 271 yards, and then leading the way was a defensive struggle as Robert Brooks Chris Carter 10 catches for 68 yards. That with the loss, the Packers fall to 3-4. The Minnesota Vikings improved to 2-5. Or 5-2, correction, 5-2. So this was on a Thursday nighter. Then we followed the following week on a Sunday. It was the Detroit Lions over the Chicago Bears, 21-16. Eric Kramer, the former Detroit Lion quarterback in this contest, threw for 309 yards, 2 touchdowns. He threw 3 interceptions. Scott Mitchell threw for 59 yards and 1 touchdown. Everybody get All right, we're back here on NINERS Radio 49. Once again, we apologize for the inconvenience. We're just having some technical difficulties. So we're going to continue on NINERS Radio 49. Just a reminder, we'll have a NINERS Radio 49 special podcast. I did this interview with Mike Silver from just recently wrote this book. Talk about the book. Talk with Steve Young. I was at a few days ago. Was over at the Jewish Community Center in San Francisco for this lecture event, and they're promoting the book. So we are gonna. I'm gonna be posting this up. Hopefully, before the weekend's out. So we are gonna continue on NINERS Radio 49 of week number 8 NFL scores. NINERS in week 8 as we paying homage to the 1994 49ers, their last Super Bowl win. Who would ever think going is now been 30 years since they last won a Super Bowl. So, that was a heck of a ride back in 1994. But the Niners improved their record at 6-2 as they now in the first half bouncing back after that very terrible performance against the Eagles. So we'll just continue. Let's just recap the scores from week number 8 one more time. It was the Vikings over the Packers in overtime at the Metrodome in Minneapolis, 13-10. Warren Moon, the future Hall of Fame quarterback, 271 yards passing. He threw 2 interceptions. Vikings go to 5-2. The Packers fall to 3-4. Then it was the Detroit Lions at the Pontiac Silverdome in Detroit, in Pontiac, Michigan, 21-16 over the Detroit Lions. Eric Kramer, the former Lion quarterback, threw for 309 yards, threw 3 interceptions, 2 touchdowns. And then Barry Sanders, 23 carries for 167 yards. And then Jeff Graham, 7 catches, 136 yards and a touchdown. Saints over the Rams at 37-34 at the Superdome in New Orleans, as the Rams fall to 3-5. Saints improve to 3-5. The Washington Redskins over the Indianapolis Colts, 41-27. Gus Frerotte threw for 226 yards. He threw 2 touchdown passes, and Marshall Faulk Ricky Irvins led the Redskins, 27 carries for 90 yards, 2 touchdowns. Marshall Faulk, 22 carries, 86 yards. The former ex-LA Ram, Henry Ellard, in the Henry Ellard contest. He was a great receiver with the 49ers, 6 catches for 108 yards. Marshall Faulk also led the Colts, 8 catches for 127 yards. He also caught 22 carries for 86 yards, and all for Marshall Faulk, the Colts' number 1 pick. For Marshall Faulk, he ended up having 213 all-purpose yards, and if you 213 all-purpose yards. 213 all-purpose yards, as Falk would end up averaging 7.1 yards per touch. And then Ricky Irvin's 27 carries, 90 yards, 2 touchdowns, nearly hit the 100-century mark with 100 yards. So the Redskins improved to 2-6. Colts fall to 3-5. And then it was the Cleveland Browns and the Cincinnati Bengals in the battle of the state of Ohio rights. The Browns go on to beat the Bengals 37-13 up at Cleveland's Municipal Stadium as Vinny Testaverde threw for 100 yards and a touchdown and an interception in the game. And then Leroy Horde, 9 carries for 58 yards and a touchdown. With the win, the Browns improved to 6-1, and they hand the Bengals. They fall to 0-7. Then there was the Pittsburgh Steelers eking one out over the New York Giants 10-6 at the Meadowlands. The Steelers improved to 5-2. Giants 3-4 as Bam Morris led the way for the Steelers. 13 carries, or correction, Morris 29 carries. He had 6 yards rushing on 29. He averaged 5 yards per carry. And then he also caught 4 balls for 27 yards. He had Morris had 173 all-purpose yards. And he ended up averaging 5.2 yards per touch. And then the Seattle Seahawks and the Kansas City Chiefs up in Arrowhead Stadium as the Chiefs beat the Seahawks 38-23. Joe Montana, the four-time Super Bowl champion for your 49ers, threw for 270 yards and threw 2 touchdown passes. Chris Ward for the Seahawks, he ended up at 117 yards rushing on 19 carries, averaging 6.1 yards per carry, while Rick Meyer, the Seahawks, threw 126 yards and threw 2 touchdown passes. Marcus Allen, 14 carries, 77 yards and a touchdown. Brian Blades, 7 catches for 61 yards and 2 touchdowns. Kimball Anders, 5 carries for 33 yards and a touchdown. And then other action around in Week 8. It was the Raiders defeating the Falcons at the LA Coliseum 30-17. Jeff George, who would later play for the Falcons, or for the Raiders, threw for 218 yards and threw a touchdown interception. Jeff Hostetler threw for 204 yards and 2 touchdowns. Harvey Williams led the Raiders, 27 carries, 107 yards and a touchdown. And then Tim Brown, the future Hall of Famer, 8 catches for 103 yards and 2 touchdowns. So with the win, the Raiders improved to 3-4, while the Falcons fall to 4-4, and that handed them their second straight loss. And then of course the 2-time Super Bowl champion Dallas Cowboys continued to win. They beat the Cardinals 28-21 as Rodney P threw 186 yards, threw for 2 touchdowns. Steve Berline for the Cardinals, 213 yards passing and 1 touchdown. Emmitt Smith, 21 carries for 76 yards. Michael Irvin, 5 catches for 115 yards and 2 touchdowns. Larry Sanders, 7 carries for 52 yards. So the Cowboys improved to 6-1. The Cardinals fall to 2-5. And then it was the Denver Broncos hanging the Chargers their first loss this season, 20-15. John Elway threw for 241 yards. He threw an interception and a touchdown. Stan Humphries, 142 yards passing, 3 interceptions, no touchdowns. And it was Natron Means, 19 carries for 100 yards. The former ex-Charger Anthony Miller, 7 catches for 51 yards. And Ronnie Harmon, 8 catches for 69 yards. So that means with the victory, the Raiders or the Broncos improved to 2-5. Chargers fall to 6-1, and then we wrap it up on Monday Night Football on October 4th, 1984. It was the Philadelphia Eagles over the struggling Houston Oilers. Remember, this is the Oilers team that who that team got dismantled after that loss to the Chiefs in the AFC Divisional Playoff. But Adams was going to break that team up, and all their big names, including Warren Moon and others, went elsewhere. And now with this, the Houston Oilers now in a state of a lot of uncertainty. So in this game, Randall Cunningham threw for 310 yards, a touchdown, threw 2 touchdowns. And then it was Frank Barnett, 5 catches for 187 yards. So with the win, Eagles go to 5-2, while the struggling Houston Oilers drop to 1-6, what would be their worst start since 1984. So there we have it right there for all what we have there for a look back of the 1994 49ers. And just a reminder, coming up, we have that event tomorrow over at San Jose. Antonio Varlo and the crew will be out there for the Gold Rush. There'll be 49ers alum. We don't know who's going to be there, but and then I'm going to post up that podcast I did with Mike Silver. And that's going to be a good treat. So for now, with the latest on all the 49ers news and so much more, go to 49ers.com. And before we call it a wrap, we will
Atlanta, the 49ers return home and play the role of ungracious host to Tampa Bay, rolling up nearly 500 yards in total offense. The Bucs' chief tormentor was Ricky Waters, who cracked the century mark in rushing while chalking up a pair of touchdowns.
Okay, we apologize. Had some technical difficulties. So, continue on Niners Radio 49. Once again, we'll try to get you guys to subscribe on.
Up to Waters, breaks outside. He's got the angle, I think. 5, dive, touchdown for 49ers.
running behind an offensive line that was just now beginning to recover from.
So we're just I went to school with a lot of those guys over there. I played baseball. We're just getting some technical difficulties. We apologize for the inconvenience. So we just want to Okay, we're just gonna get ready to wrap it up for tonight on NINERS Radio 49, and just a reminder, we'll have programming notes. So just again, a reminder: tomorrow on or Sunday night, the Niners will take on the Dallas Cowboys on NBC's Sunday Night Football. And of course, that will be preceded by Football Night in America. And then it's the Niners and Cowboys clashing in a rivalry renewed. Join Mike Tirico along with Chris Collinsworth. And then, of course, Tony Dungy, Rodney Harrison, and Jack Collinsworth on Sunday Night Football. And then, of course, the 49ers live pre- and post-game show will be on NBC Sports Bay Area with NBC Niners insiders, both Matt Mayoko along with Jennifer Lee Chan, and with Rod Brooks and the Hitman Dante Whitner, and with Carlos Ramirez, correction. So, and for us, we'll be out there. Our next 49er tailgate show will be sometime next week, and then it's a bye week. So, hope you join us for the Niners Cowboys coming up this Sunday night on NBC Sports, and preceded by Football Night in America. So that's going to wrap it up for now. Brian Professor B. Davis would like to thank you tonight for watching 49ers Live tonight. And again, we apologize for the inconvenience with our streaming service. Our streamline has just been giving us some problems. So we apologize for the inconvenience. And for those who stayed up late, just hanging in there. So, and finally, I want to, before I go off the air tonight, we are continuing to push. We had another subscriber come on tonight on our podcast. We now got, I believe, 164 subscribers. We're getting over, this is like 267 videos, so we got a long, long way. And we're just getting closer to that 1,000 subscribers. So we're going to just keep on plugging away with the content, and you guys keep on supporting NINERS Radio 49. And That's going to do it for tonight. Professor B here. I will get back with you. We'll be doing 49ers tailgate, and hopefully we'll be able to squeeze in and do a condensed, brief post game on for Sunday Night Football. We usually don't have the time to commit to that because we got to hop on the train to get back to the Bay Area. So thank you for joining us tonight for 49ers Live pregame on Niners Radio 49. Check us out, youtube.com/at Niners Radio 49. And please click the subscribe button. Our mission is to get 1,000 subscribers. But for now, that's it. Professor B signing off. And thank you for watching 49ers Live on Niners Radio 49. 49ers Live on Niners Radio 49 is an association with the Satellite Digital Media News Network, where every team has a fan and every fan has a voice. The network home of champions. And wish all of you a very pleasant good night. Take care, everybody, and go Niners.